Hello, everybody. We will get started in a couple of minutes as more people come on in. Hope everyone's having a great Thursday and a spooky day so far.
Hey, y'all, can you hear me?
Sure can. Yeah, welcome.
All right, perfect. I was having issues the first time I joined because, of course, Twitter.
Yeah, hopefully we don't get rugged this go around. We got a fun Halloween drop that you helped curate here and that you're also part of. We've got, and we'll get to that in a second, but we have a couple of updates for the week. Let's go and start with those. The first big one is that the search function is now new and improved. Unified search is out. So you can search across all collections in Stargaze very easily now. Use Command K or Control K anywhere on the site and pop right into the search bar. We do have liquidity discussions. There are 3 of them on Commonwealth. Please have a look and get involved. And the community vote is now in play as it's been over 2 weeks, and we have 4 projects that have submitted. And let's go ahead and talk about our projects this week. Bonsai from SunnySide has helped curate these Halloween projects similar to last year. Let's go ahead and hear from him. Bonsai, would you like to talk about the projects real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have 4 projects launching this Friday, tomorrow, and we got CalicoCrypto, Stargaze Rooms, and Spotti, and SSR. And just to focus on ours, we're keeping it fairly low supply at 666. We were really hoping that like Infinity Pools would be live. We wanted to do a trade-in program where some of our prior holders could create pools and then people could like trade in for a free airdrop from our prior collections. With that not being out quite yet, what we're going to end up doing with our supply is we're going to pre-airdrop somewhere between probably 100 and 166 to the project wallet itself. And then we're going to make those available for free to prior holders. Still working on the numbers, but think like if you own 1 Awakening, you could trade 1 Awakening in and get a free mint from this collection airdrop, 1-to-1 ratio, and redeem it up to 3 times. Other collections have different ratios, so like our OG collection, I think we're going to set somewhere between 8 to 12 NFTs. You can send them to our wallet and you'll get 1 from the new collection. And I am bringing it down to the wire, so I am still working on the generation of this collection, which, feel free to give me some crap for it, because I always push up or harp on other people. But we're trying to make it where it's kind of like a 2-in-1 NFT, where the initial image is going to be a static image, but then if you click into the NFT and click on it, then it changes to an animated version of the NFT. I'm working on trying to figure that out right now. We got probably about part of it done, but not. I don't have it up on testnet yet, and that's what I'm working on for the rest of the day. This collection itself is just going to be art only, and we did want to make it so it was easily accessible for prior holders. If you held like some of our old collections, you can just get it for free, so you don't have to spend anything. And yeah, that's just kind of what we're going with.
Cool. So yeah, pretty much like a fun Halloween collection that kind of considers like prior holders, huh?
Yeah. One of the biggest things we always got to ask, is like, what about old collections? And they all kind of built into that airdrop. And we're just trying to like help expand like kind of the concept of making sure that we do get prior holders back in some way, and try to introduce that in some format with each collection we do.
Does this collection have any relation to the game?
This one will not, but it does. The art was created by Boo, who is our other in-house artist. She did Sweet Succubi on Territory. She did a lot of the in-game assets or promotions for our game itself. So this isn't like a contract artist by any means. This is someone that Tin knows, who's our main artist. And then we kind of brought her on later last year. And then we have her work on specific jobs that we have when they come up.
Okay, awesome. Let's go ahead and hear from another project. Let's hear from CalicoCrypto.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. How y'all doing?
Doing very well. Thanks for joining us.
Hey.
So yeah, tell us about this project.
Well, it's it's a much lower number than 666. I got 26. Actually, it's basically 13 images, animated with a little bit of animation and sound design behind them. And there's a color version and a monochrome version. I wasn't gonna do. It was actually I was actually probably going to do 13, and I accidentally hit a button on one of my programs, and it sucked all the red out of the picture. And then I was looking basically at a monochrome version of that, and I went like, "Holy crap, this looks cool!" I really like that classic version of that black and white, and so I was like, you know what, might as well give them both an option of having either one because I think it kind of adds a different feel to it. So that's why the 26. It takes me a while, and I noticed like pretty much a couple days after the announcement of the the Halloween drop. So I started then and really kind of been working on them ever since. Actually, I finished like 2 days ago. So it takes me a little while. Otherwise, it'd be a bigger supply. Maybe next Halloween I'll do something bigger. But the idea itself came from I have always been into dreams, and as a kid, I had like night terrors of like a big werewolf that would come and check on me if I was awake, and it was like terrifying. And my dad would always tell me like, try to face it in your dream. And so thinking of that was the actual inspiration behind this of trying to take a classic monster idea and put a twist on it, where, because everything I do is kind of like a cyber feel. So I kind of took that into, everything was made in Midjourney to start with. And I use that as part of the wording, and then use different monsters and trying to get, and it's a dreamer versus nightmare. So that is the extent of that. I like where I got the idea.
Okay, very cool. Yeah, I see. Yeah, I like the title of it. It's descriptive to what you're going for. I believe there's 26 pieces, right?
Correct. 26 pieces. So, and 13 images, both monochrome and color. So yeah, total of 26.
Can you can you tell us maybe some of the prompts or inspiration that you used to create some of these? Like, what were some of the descriptors you used?
So, the beast, they all have certain titles. Like it comes from a classic werewolf, and there's a titan. I used, like giants or really my inspiration was from, I don't know if any of you are into anime, but Attack on Titan. I always thought that was a cool idea of giants attacking. There's the Berserker, which is kind of a inspiration from Frankenstein and Hulk, like just something aggro that just goes crazy. There's Dracula, but that's titled The Master, and I really like that one. When you guys see it in the sound design, it's actually the only one that you see. Really, it's a side view rather than you see the back of the dreamer, and it's kind of it's a different feel to sound design. It's like a more or less like a romance type thing. So I really dig that one. I haven't teased it for that reason. God, there's the Mummy came out pretty cool. That's the one that actually is on the cover, the title, and it came out like all roots. Like when I used the prompt of a mummy, a giant mummy monster, it was like, okay, it gave me like this rooted creature, and I thought, oh, look, that looks like it came out like a swamp. So that's called the bog. I thought that was a cooler name for it. So there's a creature in the Black Lagoon. I called that the creature. And all of them are prompt with giants and cyberpunk. And pretty much just I used like the ultra descriptive type stuff, trying to get it to how I look. Then I take that and I throw it into two different programs to try to get the AI flaws out of there, and like a Photoshop, but I don't pay for Photoshop, so I use Affinity, which was like $70. and it pretty much does what I want it to do. And then I throw it into a program called DaVinci Resolve, and I use the Fusion program for that. And then I can take more mistakes out, and that's pretty much what I animate with too.
Very cool. Yeah. So yeah, there's a pretty involved process, and it looks like you use like a lot of classical descriptors of ghouls, very kind of horror themed characters as well to create it.
Yes,
Awesome.
absolutely. Yep, and
No,
they'll
yeah.
all be able to be soft stake for my token. Haven't decided how much. I figured because they're a little bit more, might be worth a little bit more. But that will be on ONFT's staking platform, like the rest of my collections. So that's something for minters. So they're not going to be just for the art.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Let's go ahead and hear from Stargaze Rooms about the Ghosties collection.
Yeah, hey everyone. I'm kind of sorry because I will be working at the same time, but I hope I can tell you everything I want. Yes, so basically we have Ghosties here. I couldn't miss when I saw the application form because it's always fun to make something special topic related, and also the Halloween is kind of big sphere to inspire and so on. And we just have 343 ghosties for a low price, which everyone can afford, I guess. Everyone can enjoy the art because this whole thing was for the art actually. And well, we also have we have some interesting traits, also some one-on-ones hidden in the collection, but I haven't shown them yet. So you guys, as the community, will just it will be a little quest for you, I'd say. Yeah, and basically the collection is just about the art, about cool art, about pixel recognizable styles of my projects, and I think everyone who mints will enjoy their ghosty, and please share them in the Discord. I will love to discuss it, really.
Yeah, they're super cute. Did you make these specifically for this drop in this collection, or is this something you've had in mind for a bit?
Yeah, thanks. No, I didn't have this in my mind. Just sketching different ghosties and stuff, and decided to do it just for the Halloween. Yeah, just like a specialized thing.
Great. Are there any favorite or fun traits that you'd like to mention?
I won't. I'll just leave it all for the Discord. I have many traits that I love, and especially one-on-ones. They're great. But I won't tell you. Just wait for it, I'd say.
Just a surprise, eh? Okay, no, sounds fun. Let's go ahead and hear about Spotti with her new collection. Welcome.
Hello. The new collection is an open edition. It is a board game, and it is mainly for children and for their parents and relatives that will have to play with them. The game, I devised the game when I was in primary school. This game, I draw several different games when I was a child, and a couple of years ago, I decided to take these games and paint them with my adult skills. And then some months ago, I was thinking that it was quite cute because I have printed some of these paintings of the games and I use them as table mat. So I was having breakfast with the table mat of the game, and I thought, well, but maybe this could be nice for an open edition on Stargaze. And when the Halloween call came out, I thought that it was a very nice opportunity, and I'm very happy that I was selected for this meeting. And also, I'm happy because with this work, as well as for my previous collections, there is always this connection between the digital world of the NFTs and the real world, because people in this case will have to print the NFT in order to have the utility of this NFT.
Well, and when I first saw it, it immediately reminded me of kind of like Candyland, like reading like how it went through. And I haven't seen anyone do like a game board yet. It's not something like I ever thought of, and I think like using the open edition minter for it and like at the higher resolution, like it's a really cool concept and makes like a lot of sense.
The resolution is quite high, so it will be possible to print it at least as a A3 dimension. But I think that it can be printed also as a larger image. So you can use it as a picture, so you can hang it at the wall in the children's room, or you can use it for printing it on a piece of paper or on a mat or everything else, and then have some fun.
Oh, absolutely. I remember seeing like the size of the image. I forget what the final size was, but I know it was like a 60 megabyte image to start. I think it's somewhere like around like 50 megabytes or so now.
In the beginning, it was 160 megabytes, and then you asked me to resize it. And now it is 51 or 52 megabytes.
Perfect. Yeah, no, you can print that on anything and it's going to look great.
It is 9,500 pixels per nearly 7,000 pixels.
Nice. Yeah, that's huge. So this is a game that you created or you conceptualized when you were a kid. Is that correct?
Yes, it is. I posted on Twitter an image with a photograph taken to the original version that I drew when I was in primary school. And you can see that it is very similar to the one that I realized a couple of years ago. The real difference is that when I painted it recently, I decided to put all the rules written on the board in order to have just one piece image. Because when I was young, I wrote the rules all around the drawings, and then on loose sheets of paper. So you have this piece of paper with the rules also. But when I recreated it, I decided to put everything in just one sheet. In this way, it was more portable. And then I did a print, and I gave it to a friend of mine with little children, and they used it for having breakfast on it and playing while having breakfast. So I hope that maybe some more children around the world can use my game.
Yeah, it's pretty cool that something you created as a kid now gets to get spread out all along the world. Is there anything else that people would need to play the game once they mint it?
A
Like
dice.
any dice? Dice. Okay, great.
Yes, you need a dice with six faces, and
And
or if you have two, it is better. But you can also use just one dice and then roll it again when the rules ask you to use two dice.
are the rules in the metadata, or is it pretty straightforward? You just kind of roll and go.
Roll and go. Everything is written on the image. There are two areas inside the game, the board game, where all the rules are written down
Awesome.
in my
Um,
in my English. So I hope that everything is correct because I'm not an English mother tongue.
No, we understand you very clearly. And right now, if there's anyone who has any questions or comments for the projects launching tomorrow, please request to speak and we'll get your questions answered. Spotty, I have a request for you. I think it'd be fun to play this game in the Discord, maybe on Halloween. Would you be interested in hosting a little event?
Oh, um, I don't know.
I'm putting you on the spot a little bit here, but I mean, it's maybe a throwback to your childhood days and a fun Halloween activity.
Oh, yes, but I have no idea on how to organize such an event, but we can share ideas. Yes.
Yeah, we can
Sorry, but I'm a
we can chat
little bit.
about that later on.
Thanks.
Awesome. Are you guys doing anything special for Halloween, or do you guys have any costumes planned to be for Halloween this year?
No.
Right. Oh, right now we have been thinking about like costumes to look at for Halloween. We keep saying we're gonna go to Spirit Halloween, but we haven't yet. We did go to a haunted like hayride house last Sunday. We'll see if we get one more in. I don't know. Last Sunday started to feel sick. I've been like sick of most of this week. I don't have like sick time at my other job, so just been powering through this week, which is why everything's coming down to the wire. But after like this weekend, I have like a 10-day break, which is crazy. But yeah, so mostly just time dependent. If we do, it's gonna be like October 30th or 31st.
Cool. Anyone else got any Halloween costumes planned?
Me and my wife were Slash and Axl Rose from Guns N' Roses. I was Slash, she was Axl. We showed up to a costume party. Blaring "Welcome to the Jungle" when we got there. It was pretty awesome. And mind you, this is like a small get together with like, I don't know, six old couples and like all their kids. So nobody really knew how to react. It was pretty awesome.
Great. Yeah, it sounds like fun. Yeah, Halloween's always a fun time of the year and one of my favorite, like, quote unquote holidays. We did do a human costume contest last year for Halloween, and I think it'd be fun to bring that back. We'll work on doing something for Halloween. Always a little last minute, but it should be fun, I think. Any questions for our projects for the week? Any questions for Stargaze that we can help you guys answer?
Oh, I will put you on the spot here real quick. When infinity pools?
Soon is the answer. We're hoping to soft launch it next week. There's still a lot of stuff that needs to get done on it to make the user experience better, but I think it's in a place right now that people can play around with it and give us some feedback. It's kind of one of those things where we know that it needs to be improved upon. It totally works, but we don't want to do like a big launch on it just yet because we know that stuff needs to get improved. But it will be available to the public guessing next week, November 1st is likely for a soft launch. It's going to be in beta. So if you guys remember Marketplace beta back in, I think, June of 2022, it's going to be in a similar position to that.
Okay, perfect. That makes sense. And yeah, the tech part all works, but maybe not all the features or the UI is quite there yet, and then gets improved upon in time.
Yeah, I think you played around with it yourself a bit, right?
Yep. Nope, I have. I was the one. I think I commented on Telegram and Discord like 2 days ago when I accidentally went on mainnet for an hour. I immediately asked. I was like, "Oh, is it live?"
Yeah, you never know when we're going to push something live. You know, it might just be a little ninja trick like that.
All right. But perfect. Thank you. That was probably the only question I have at this time.
Yeah, one of my other favorite questions is, you guys have all launched projects on here now. This is, some of your third, fourth, fifth project. What advice do you guys have to other projects to be successful, to continue to make projects and mint them out? Because all of your styles are very different here.
And, I think we probably have one of the highest like kind of collection counts or probably anywhere. For us, especially if you're like a first time launcher, the biggest thing is make sure that everything's right. I kind of am talking like behind myself a bit here. I personally like dislike testnet just because I've used it so often. But if you're a new creator, make sure to use testnet. Make sure the collection goes well. If you have a collection that launches and it doesn't come off right and you're fairly new in the space, that can kind of kill any momentum you have before going into it. The second biggest thing I can say is when you're brand new, start small. Like have your first collection be like a stepping stone. Don't try to, and like I've made this mistake 100 times before, but like don't try to do a large collection. Like start small. Don't put all of your like heart, time, energy into making thousands of trades for this big collection. Do high quality trades, one that supports a smaller size. Get some traction behind you before trying to go for that next step.
I would add in on that as well. Great advice, by the way. To focus on community in every aspect. First, build it. I honestly, before you even launch, just coming out and launching without having support is, I would imagine, is a lot harder. I spent a good couple months building my community before I ever even launched anything, and like you said, I kept it small because I didn't want to overreach. I've seen a lot of projects overreach and not deliver, and they lose support. Once you turn your back on your community and don't fulfill the things that you tell them that you are trying to, it goes so fast. I've seen it happen. And another big thing, don't rug.
I think that a very important aspect in creating collections is to have fun while creating it, and trying to be original with new ideas, and for a qualitative output. I think it is better to, as SunnySide said, it is better to have something smaller but nicer instead of a large collection that you don't even know where to send it, and then maybe people don't will not buy it, and it is a pity for all the work that the creator has put. So have fun and create nice things.
Totally agree, guys. Also about the small supplies and stuff. We kind of concentrated on doing a small collection first. First of all, about Stargaze rooms, and it turns out we minted out and came out like pretty successful, in my opinion. So I'll also recommend you to put your soul in the project and have some professional approach, and you'll do it for sure.
Awesome, thanks. And another thing I'd like to chat about that you guys have experience with is like, how do you gauge the supply and the demand and the pricing for the collection? It's always like a very tricky thing for creators to do, especially when they're starting out. But now you guys have a good amount of experience with it. So like, how has your perspective changed and what have you learned over time?
From our end, it kind of just depends on like what you're going for. Like I look a lot at what does the average like featured project do in terms of like revenue, and kind of like making sure that it's within those bounds. You'll see a few that are outliers every once in a while, and for the most part, unless you are super confident, try to exclude that from the data. Outside of that, right now, kind of like when we first started, I think collection sizes of probably like 2,000 to 3,000 could make sense for the average creator. I think like right now, especially especially for new creators, I think just going sub 1,000 is the best. I think going for the higher collection sizes, you need to be pretty confident going into it before doing that. And that's kind of where we just try to make everything small. And then whenever, I think we've done a few big ones, and every time it's been a mistake. I'm not afraid to admit that. But every time just going through, if you're going to go big, like you need to be like very confident in it. Otherwise, I think, sub 1,000 stars and sub 1,000 collection size is probably the right fit for most creators.
So I'm still kind of learning on that aspect too. My largest collection, both my first two collections are only 160 each, and I did that to where they work together really and fight for rewards every Sunday, which they split. They're divided by families, and I kept them super small because I knew I'd have to be manually sending those rewards out each week, and I didn't want to go through 1,000. It's just me, so that was one of the main reasons to keep it small. And again, I didn't want to overreach, and I figured small collections first, mint out. I kept the prices cheap, and I say this all the time: the community is the most important thing. I asked them, what are you guys willing? And I kind of take the majority of what they think and take that, because they're the ones that are going to buy, and they're the ones that support you. So you don't want to undersell yourself as an artist. If you enjoy making this, and it's the long game, keeping people engaged, and if you're only in it for the dollar, then you're not going to last. That's kind of how I feel about it. So that's how I did.
From my experience, I've always done very small collections because I have to create the physical piece and it takes a lot of time usually. So I cannot paint and create new pieces every day because I have a full-time job. But I also think that every collection I've done until now is based on a different idea. I like to create new things every time. So I think that a collection with 11, 15, or as the latest one, the Me and You collection, 20 pieces. But I think it is enough because otherwise I would release a new collection maybe once a year. The next one will be made with painted foulards, and they take me 2 days for painting just one of these foulards. So for me, it is easy to decide that the collections have to stay small. And for the price, um, for my experience, I have to set a higher price because people can redeem the original painting. And so it is not just an image. And I also have all the work for digitizing the work, the painting.
Awesome. Thanks a lot for the detailed information. I'm going to give another call for anybody from the audience who'd like to come up and ask a question or give us a comment for any of the projects this week or anything fun about Halloween. We've got a couple of minutes left. One question I have for you guys is, what's your all's favorite thing about Halloween?
Scaring little kids. No, I'm just kidding. I love getting dressed up, and I do love scaring people. My wife hates it, but I absolutely love it. I got to work at a haunted house one year, and I swear if I could do that 24/7, I would. It's fantastic.
For us, or for me, not us, but I love like the haunted house like events. Not so much for like the scary part, but like the atmosphere and kind of like the visuals and like the animatronics and the unique ways like that they set up like scares. I also only watch horror movies. If you couldn't tell by our project, our whole theme is just kind of like leans towards horror. But like I exclusively watch horror movies, so it gives me a reason to be able to watch all the movies like year after year. Like there's always a new Michael Myers movie or Scream movie or Saw movie, and I always like seeing whatever's coming up. Me and the girlfriend are actually going to go see the Five Nights at Freddy's movie tonight in a few hours too, and then we saw the Saw movie like a few weeks ago. So probably haunted houses and movies.
I like the atmosphere of Halloween, even if in Italy we don't have such an experience as the one the Anglo-Saxon countries live. So it is different. But I like the atmosphere, and lately in recent years, we have kids going around here as well, asking for candies and cookies and so on.
Great. Yeah, Stargaze rooms. I don't know if you have anything to add, but my favorite thing is definitely the Halloween parties. They're usually pretty epic and spectacular, and a lot of production and work goes into them. So hopefully there'll be something this year. I think Calico, it sounds like you've probably thrown a fun Halloween party or two. Same with SunnySide.
Yes, yeah, definitely have. And we just moved into a new house this year, so we're getting up. This year we're not really doing much, but we're already planning next year on how we could actually do it up, and try to outdo our neighbors.
I used to always buy a new like blow up Halloween thing that goes outside, like on. I'm in an apartment, so not in our yard, but out on the balcony. I think like last year I had like a 6-foot skeleton I threw up on there.
Awesome. Yeah, I've seen those big ones. Hey, Finn, welcome.
GM fam, GM. Talking about Halloween things. I got a damn 7-foot tall Scooby from like 2001 or some shit with the motor that inflates him like all busted up so it like rattles on itself. So Scooby sounds like he's growling. Hear it down the whole block. It's one of my favorite parts of this year. Just wanted to say, like, thank you so much to everyone that minted Take the Money. Like, that blew my mind how fast it broke 200 mints on a song that we made. So I just wanted to hop up, say thanks. I appreciate all y'all's support. Did we do good, Bonzi? Did we do good?
Did you say Lindsay?
I said Bonzi.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Lindsay. No,
Hold
I
on,
told
Lindsay.
Robo too.
Chill, Lindsay, please.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I will tell Lindsay. Okay, my hearing's terrible lately. But
Miss Lohan,
no,
calm down, Miss Lohan. You cannot vape in here. No, oh God, this Lindsay is a handful today. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
but I was telling Robo, like, the open edition minter and like music in general is a hard game to play in the NFT space. Like, between like the amount of mints that you guys have and it being audio, like, I mean, it's extremely impressive. I don't remember what your first track got to, but I know it was over like 130 or 40 before the featured one even came out. So, I mean, hats off to you guys. And just for reference, you mentioned Scooby, so I just posted a photo of the Scooby-Doo like set that they had at the Halloween event that was at the other day, where they're all zombies. No context, of course, but I wanted to give context to it.
Holy shit, that's awesome. They got the mystery machine and everything. Hell yeah. I'm looking, it looks like 138 was the first one. So yeah, we doubled it. I don't do math very good.
That's awesome.
That's pretty awesome. So you guys,
And,
amazing
you know,
platform.
I'm also not sure how it is for you, but I do know NFTVs who launched some music earlier said he's had more success in terms of like revenue generated and number of people who've minted like his music on Stargaze than he did on Bandcamp for over like 10 or 12 years. So I don't know if it's a similar scenario for you, but there's a lot of people that appreciate the music.
That's so funny you say that. I was just telling Robo that, like, dude, I don't think we've sold this many tracks, because most people, like, they just want to stream stuff, so they just like wait till that shit comes out on Spotify or YouTube Music or whatever. And so to see people actually like minting a song because you can't stream it yet, you know, like that was really cool. And that's exactly what I told Robo the other day. I was like, dude, this is more than we fucking like ever sold on Bandcamp by far.
Yeah,
Super
I think it's pretty
Super.
hilarious. Yeah, like I think for him it was like his first project. He was like, "Well, you know, that's more than I've ever made in my entire lifetime on Bandcamp." So I'm glad that you guys are having a similar experience as well, and like getting more visibility to the music.
Hell yeah. Looking forward to dropping the rest of the CP. Definitely. I appreciate you guys letting me come up, and yeah, much love, man. Definitely appreciate it.
Thanks a lot. I guess we're coming up to our hour here. Is there any last words from the projects that we have for the week? And then we can call it.
I'd just like to thank you. Thank you, Bonsai, for choosing me. I'm super stoked on this. Super thankful. Stargaze, thank you so much for giving me a platform to put out my art where I don't have to know code. You guys make it awesome and easy. And everybody here for support, thank you so much. Got to give a special shout out to Lavi. Lavi is my the hand of the king in my Discord. Dude does so much for me. Doesn't ask for a thing. Lavi, I love you. Thank you so much for being here. You're awesome. And everybody else, Diaz, Renep, DJ, I see you guys. Thank you so much. All right, guys. I can't thank you enough. Thank you. Bye. Also, Max Payne. Didn't see you there. Thank you.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, you're good. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I just want to say thank you. You know that I just want to say thank you to Stargaze, so they letting me to provide my art, and this is kind of, I don't celebrate Halloween, but this is a kind of celebration for me. So thank you. Just a big shout out to everyone who's watching for my projects and stuff. Thank you guys, and have a nice weekend celebration and stuff.
Me too. I want to say thanks, and with the Haunted Trail, it is my first experience directly using Stargaze Studio. And I think I was able to upload everything all right. It was quite simple, even for a person like me, that I'm not very code versed. I'm not very good with ICT stuff. But I think everything is okay. And Stargaze gave me also this opportunity to be able to create an NFT and release it as an open edition in a very simple way. So thanks.
Awesome. And thank you guys very much for choosing Stargaze to launch on. Also, I'd like to give a big shout out to Bonzi, Stardy, and Sirkin, who also help all of the projects launch. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have a launch tomorrow. So thanks a lot, guys. And also, I think we will bring back some Halloween-related activity, at least a costume contest. So keep an eye on that. I will maybe bug Spotti a little bit after the space to see if she wants to do a game night afterwards with her board game that she's minting. So keep an eye out for that. It should be fun next week. Everyone have a great Fresh Mint Friday tomorrow, and we'll see you next week. Bye, guys.
See ya.
Bye.